Recently, Nikki Haley, the new U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, made a brief but scathing speech indicting the UN for its anti-Israel position. Here's what she had to say.
I'm here to say the United States will not turn a blind eye to this anymore. I'm here to underscore the ironclad support of the United States for Israel. I'm here to emphasize the United States is determined to stand up to the UN's anti-Israel bias. We will never repeat the terrible mistake of Resolution 2334 and allow one-sided Security Council resolutions to condemn Israel. Instead, we will push for action on the real threats we face in the Middle East.
Many applauded Haley's blunt analysis of the UN's anti-Israel bias, and recently we talked with another woman who's also battling for Israel at the United Nations. Laurie Cardoza-Moore is founder and president of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations. I talked with Moore earlier in our Jerusalem studio. Laurie Cardoza-Moore, thanks for joining us on Jerusalem Dateline. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah. It's great to be back.
What have you been doing lately?
Well, Chris, it's been very busy, of course, with the new Trump administration coming in. Of course, you know we're at the United Nations. I serve as special envoy for the World Council of Independent Christian Churches. Of course, we're getting ready to start producing another 12 series of our Focus on Israel show.
With your work at the UN as a special envoy, what changes have you seen from the Trump administration as compared to the Obama administration and abstaining from that resolution 2334 at the end of the year?
Well, I think one of the first big things that Trump did was putting Nikki Haley, submitting her name as the UN ambassador for the U.S. Nikki has had a long history of being very supportive of Israel. You know, she was the second state to pass a bill, an anti-BDS bill in the United States of America that dealt with economic and trade. So we're looking forward to working with her on some of the issues that we've been involved in, anti-Semitism at the United Nations, the whole boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement that is so pervasive in that culture.
How can people be praying for this peace of Jerusalem?
Well, I think one of the key things, of course, is praying for the leaders, the Prime Minister, for the decisions that he has to make, but also praying for the United States of America and our leaders, for Trump to be wise and discerning as he executes some of his policies to defend Israel.
Well, Laurie Cardoza-Moore, founder and president of PJT, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Chris. It's been great to be back on.